Sega Shivsha. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्ते जयता सुत पंगुर बंबंदा वचगति बस सर्व सुखदाम मोजो राधा हमरन मोनो दिव्य वृंदावन में तुम माता शिव काला शिव माता शिव राधा शील गोविंद देव पेश विषय मानव स्वराम श्रीमान रास सारंभी वर्षिव तथा सतः वर्षण गोपीनाथाय कृष्ण सप्तकांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिद्धमवेव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So we have different school of thoughts, है ना? राधा वल्लभ संप्रदाय, राधा सॉरी हरिदास संप्रदाय। हरिदास संप्रदाय का जो पूरा पूरा सिद्धांत है वो केली माल पे बेस्ड है। सॉरी, आई शुड बी स्पीकिंग इन इंग्लिश। सो द एंटायर सिद्धांत ऑफ हरिदास संप्रदाय इज बेस्ड ऑन केलीमाल. Kilimal means compilation of 104 padas, which are actually like, mentioning from the beginning that Mairi, सहज जोड़ी प्रकट भई. क्या बोलते हैं? मायरी सहज जोड़ी प्रकट गई. Immediately, oh mo, oh my God, very naturally, one divine couple, they have appeared in front of me. And then, Haridas ji is writing, all those padas, or he's singing those padas to please the Lordship. And when we talk about Radha Vallabh Sampradaya, then Radha Vallabh Sampradaya, they have his 84 ji. हाँ, जोई जोई प्यारे करे सोई मोहे भावे, भावे मोहे सोई सोई करे प्यारे. Like, मतलब they have like, 84 different verses which explain the entire Siddhanta of them. But we, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, our entire Siddhanta is based on Ashtakali Leela Smaran. Ashtakali Leela Smaran means, like I told you, I want to explain the difference between Kunj, Nikunj, and Nivrit Nikunj. So, when we talk about Kunj, Nivrit Nikunj means that Priya, Pritam, they both are lying together and they're being together. And there's no movement. All kind of movements or whatever it is just that they're being together. They're never separated physically or mentally or on the basis of how the thing, they're just being together. And there's no other pastime other than Priya, Pritam being together. As I told you, if we are talking about the blue garland which is lying on the neck of Radharani, which is hanging on the neck of Radharani, is actually two hands of Krishna, which is embracing Radharani. If we are saying that Radharani is actually covering herself with the blue chunni or blue veil, it actually means she is wearing Krishna on herself. When you're talking about the kundal of Radharani's ear means Krishna is actually trying to kiss Radharani's ear. So it's like, each and every ornament, each and every part in Nivrit Nikunj is either Priya or it's Pritam. If Krishna is a Neelamani reflecting in the white cloth, it means Radharani is embracing that Neelamani, you know. So this is what exactly Nivrit Nikunj is. So when we talk about a little bit the Radha Vallabh Sampradaya, they believe in Nikunj Leela. So Nikunj Leela means they are just some all the gopis and sakhis, they have a little bit of exchange with each other, hasya parihasya, and then they enter in Nivrit Nikunj. But Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhant is based on Ashtakaliya Leela Smaran, that is Kunja Leela. Kunja Leela means it has everybody. Sometimes it has Sri Ram, Sudam, Priya Narmasakha, or it has sometimes Nitya Siddhu Gopis. In the Rasila we have Sadhana Siddhu Gopis also, Kripa Siddhu Gopis also. But ultimately, those pastimes also goes in the Nivritti Nikunja only. So it may be a little bit longer process, but every sampradaya they have their own rasa, and we cannot say that one is superior, another one is inferior. Ashtakali Leela Smaran, the most important Leela for all of us is the Nishant Leela. Nishant Leela means the first 3 hours. So, this particular lecture of Gurudev is going to explain us how this entire 24 hours, they are actually divided into different 8 parts. This Pratham Yama Leela is called Nishant Leela. It starts at 3:32 and ends at 5:46. Then Dvitiya Yama Leela, right, that starts at 5:46 to 8:10 before Krishna is leaving for Gocharan Leela. Then Tritiya Yama Leela is actually from 8:10 to 10:34. Then Chaturthi Yama Leela is 10:34 to 3:22. So, the Krishna is like, doing what do you call Surya Puja, and then he's going to Radha Kund and playing around there. Simultaneously, he's also playing around with his friends in Govardhan Leela, like that. Then the Pancham Yam Kirtana, that is, 3:32 to 5:46, when Krishna is actually coming back from the Gocharan, that is Goduri Murat. The Shashna Yama Kirtan is 5:46 to 8:10, where Krishna is sitting with his family, and so many jokers and so many people around. They are like kind of trying to pacify Krishna with their jokes and all. That's another time when he's actually milking the cows. And I told you when sometime the car he's not able to when so the gopis are not able to take the milk, or they are not able to milk the cows, and they come to Krishna and Krishna. Without you, our cows are not giving milk. Can you please come and help us? Then again, another process starts, that is 10:34 to 3:22 Leela, that is Ratri Leela. Nisha Leela, you can say. This is Nishant Leela. So, this is actually Nitya Leela. It goes on and on and on and on and on. Every day it goes. And our meditation or our Acharya sometimes meditate on this Siddhant. So Nishant Leela is very important for us. So the daily pastimes of Bhagwan are divided into 8 parts, and the period from 3 o'clock in the morning until the rising of the sun is called Nishant Leela. It is the end of the night. When a living entity begins performing bhajan, it is like the rising of the sun. The jiva has been averse to Bhagwan since time immemorial, and due to this mentality, he wanders through 84 lakh of species. Krishna Boli Sahi Jeev, Anadir Bahirmukha, Age, Ate Mayatare, Dehi Sansar Jukha. Forgetting Krishna, the living entity has been attracted by Maya since time immemorial. Therefore, Maya gives him all kind of miseries in the material existence. कृष्ण बहिर्मुख होना भोगवाचा करे निकट स्थित माया तारे झपटिया करे. When the living entity become averse to Bhagwan, Maya Devi pounces on him and arrests him. Bhayam Dvitya Vivesh Shatah Syat Ishad Upetasya Viprayo Smritihi means misunderstanding. Oh, sorry. Wow. Misunderstanding himself to be product of the material energy, the living entity become overwhelmed with fear. Deceived by Maya, his position become averse instead of being the servant of Bhagwan, he becomes opposed to him. Bhagwan's Mahamaya is of two types. Avranatmika Maya and Vikshepatmika Maya. Avran means like covering, which covers the conditioned soul, and Vikshepatmika means arrest the conditioned soul and cast him into the 84 lakhs of species. So the first covers the jiva with the material physical body and with the subtle body composed of mind, intelligence, and the false ego. By identifying himself with these gross material coverings, the internal identity, Swarup of the living entity, becomes covered. But it is erroneous to think that when Krishna comes to this world, his Swarup also becomes covered. The cloud do not cover the sun, but they can obstruct our vision so that we are unable to see the sun. But if we go up in an airplane, we can then see that the sun is actually shining and that the clouds are situated below it. The clouds are limited, whereas the sky is unlimited. And just as the clouds cannot cover the unlimited sky, Maya cannot cover Krishna. Where there is Krishna, there is no Maya. They are ashamed. She remains standing behind him and is unable to do anything. But Bhagavan is so merciful that he descends to the material realm in the form of Paramatma and is always present in the heart of Jiva as the witness. He watches over us and looks for any pretext to bring us back to him. He is always there in the heart of the living entity, watching and waiting for such a good opportunity. He is very merciful, but not just merciful, he is the intimate friend of the Jiva. And he knows all about how he can acquire our unlimited good fortune. अबे तेरी ऐसी की तैसी भाई लैपटॉप चार्ज नहीं हो रहा है. पहले
कौन सा है
लिविंग
मैक?
एंड
प्रभु
हाँ
मैकबुक है आपके पास? मैकबुक है?
हाँ 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 वो कुछ नहीं वो
और
दैट इज नॉट वर्किंग प्रॉपर्ली. Okay, so when the living entity becomes opposed to Bhagwan and Maya, pounces on him, some desires arise in the heart, and after fulfilling these desires, he realizes that all of this is actually not happiness. After all, a baby sees fire and thinking that it appears very pleasing, gets up to touch it. But his mother says, if you touch fire, you will be burned. So she forbids him and takes him in her lap. So he won't listen and jump out of her lap to try to touch again. So what will she do then? She grabs his hand and touches it momentarily to the fire, and upon feeling the burning sensation, the body pulls his hand away. Never again will he go near the fire. In this, in the same way that Bhagwan is very merciful, Mahadevi is also very merciful, allowing the jiva to enjoy and helping him to attain what he desires until the jiva realizes. In reality, this is poisonous. Bhagwan then begin to bring the jiva towards himself. Brahman Pravite Kon, Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasade Paye, Bhakti Rata. It is immense good fortune for the living entity that Bhagavan comes to him in the form of Guru and Vaishnava. You see, he sends a Guru to him and sends a Vaishnava to him. And through them, the seeds of the creeper of devotion is planted in the Jiva's heart. As long as we do not have the seed of bhakti for us, it is still Nisha night. Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam, Tasyam Jagrati Samyami, Tasyam Jagrati Bhutani, Sa Nishant Pashyato Mune. When Sadhu and the Vaishnavas are awake, it is night for worldly people. And that what is the day for worldly people is night for the Sadhu. Those that have been arrested by Maya are asleep to everything related to Bhagwan. That is Sadhu that are awake to Bhagwan are asleep to the enjoying spirit of worldly people. Therefore, for those who engage in bhajan, it is Nisha night. They are trapped in the night of the sense enjoyment. When the night is coming to an end, it is called Nishant. That brings about the end of the conditioned soul's night. Okay. So actually, darkness is a very secret tattva. Secret tattva means we think that darkness is darkness. Just like there's a light, there's a darkness. But we often forget that no, wherever there is no light, that is darkness. And the darkness actually is very dangerous for us. Why? Because darkness is actually is there. When darkness comes in our life, and if there's no light, then we are trapped. And then there's no way we can come out of it. Oh my God. Anyways, so the Sadhu and Vaishnavas are awake. It is a night for worldly people. Very beautiful example. So in the company of Vaishnava, Harikatha is very tasteful to the ear and heart. By this process, one progress very quickly on the devotion path and will attain Shraddha, Rati and Bhakti in sequence. The first sign that the night of the Jiva enjoying spirit is coming to an end. One attained the association of Guru and Vaishnavas and then comes to Vrindavan, where day and night Harikatha is being spoken. So when the conditioned soul meets a real sadhu who can give causeless mercy upon it, appears that one night of his wandering through the 84 lakhs of species is coming to an end and daybreak is coming. The darkness of the Maya will be dissipated, and this is called Nishant Bhajan. It is compared to the time when the night is completed and the symptoms of the dark, the daybreak begin to appear. The peacock makes the ke ka sound, and the sparrow begin making the cha cha sound. And the bird cha cha sound is like the devotee relishing Hari Katha. And ke ka sound indicates that having accepted initiation from the spiritual master, the stars that were so luminous during the night, meaning the attraction for sense enjoyment, for sense enjoyment, which until now was shining for the conditioned soul, are not no longer visible. So the eastern horizon begin to turn red, and now we understand that the night has come to an end, meaning that the conditioned souls wandering in the material world will soon come to an end. और भाई बड़ा अच्छा there's a I don't know. Anyways, there's another song that भोर भई एक उड़ता पंछी जा बैठा उस डाल जा बैठा उस डाल. A very beautiful song. Anyway, this is a Nishant Bhajan and it is drawing of Shraddha, faith. And where does this faith comes from? The thing which gives Shraddha to the heart of the Jiva and moves him in the direction of liberation and bhakti more than anything else is sadhu sangha. Keeping company with the saintly person, Bhagavan Shri Krishna himself especially came in the end in the dress of a devotee and went door to door having giving the holy name. Yare dekho tare kaho Krishna Upadesh Amar Agya Guru Hana Tari Desh. Tell everyone you meet the instruction of Krishna. ठीक है? Very important point. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went door to door and telling the living entities, I went to my Guru and he told me study Vedanta, but I said, Gurudev, I'm a big fool. There is no other fool like me in the world, so how will I study Vedanta? Please be merciful and tell me the easier method. Then my Gurudev said, all right, I see that you are unqualified to study Vedanta. Then just remember this verse, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Eva Kevalam, Kalanaste, Vanaste, Vanaste, Gatiraneta. The beauty about Gurudev's lectures is that when he's speaking in the flow, he is not giving us one or two or three or four instructions, but he is also teaching us so many other things in the flow. Now, like very important thing that when we've heard this story this past time so many times about Mahaprabhu, that Mahaprabhu said, like, I'm the biggest fool, I can't study Vedanta. Tell me what should I do? Do we really have that mood in the front of a Guru Maharaj? But rather, we actually, when we go to a guru, we want to tell him that we know a lot, isn't it? We often try to tell or narrate that what we know a lot. So, but actually, rather, the best way to go to the guru or to get the maximum from him is that you behave as if you're foolish and you know nothing. I have seen it that when you are trying to be very smart, often guru doesn't like it. One very very senior devotee, he told me one time that he went to one Sanskrit scholar and he wanted to study Sanskrit under him. And he was a Kinchan Baba or something, but he used to have some chapatis he used to keep, and dry chapatis. So like sometimes what he used to do, he used to bring prasadam. Suppose if he's fasting from grain, so then he will, make the small pieces of chapatis and he will dry them. Sometimes when he's not in the mood to go to Madhukari, what he will do, he will take a glass of warm water or with the same water, normal water, he'll put those chapati pieces, which are very like hard, and when they will become soft, he'll put some salt and he will have it. Sometimes even without salt also. So he said that he went to study Sanskrit from him. So he said, Baba said, okay, take this. So he gave him that chapat. So he put it in his hand only. Let's eat it, eat it, eat it. So he did not eat that. He said, Maharaj, I'll eat, no problem. Huh? So he went out and he saw that the piece of chapati was very dry. How he could have it, so he just threw it. Huh? And then the sadhu, he saw that from the window. And when he went back to his guru and the Maharaj ji, he said, Maharaj, I had it, and he said, no, you threw it. You still have kapat in your heart, so I'm not going to teach you anything. So he said, I went to see him with a very big abhiman that I had, I was from a Madhvacharya Sampradaya, born in a very high class Brahmin family, and this and that. But he just threw me away because of my one mistake. So he made that mistake and then he had realized it. So this is very important that when you go to the guru with a smart mood, or when you're going to the guru proving that you're very smart, then you actually always fall down. So whenever you're going to the Guru, you're approaching the Guru, just say, Prabhuji, I don't know anything. Gurudev, I don't know anything. Please tell me, what should I do when I have a position like this? When I'm in a condition like this? Like suppose if I ask you, very simple thing, huh? Suppose if somebody said, Jai Jagdish Prabhu, do you think what will happen to you if you commit Vaishnava Aparadh? Then Jai Jagdish Prabhu has the list of 25 things which will happen to you when you commit Vaishnava Aparadh. I'm not saying Jai Jagdish Prabhu commits Vaishnava Aparadh, but still we all commit Vaishnava Aparadh, right? We know what is Seva Aparadh, but we still commit Seva Aparadh. We know what do you mean by uh, Dham Aparadh, but we come to Dham and we commit offenses in Dham also. So by chanting the holy name, so then so Gurudev, his Gurudev said, you're foolish. And I'm telling you, just chant the holy name of the Lord. So when you go to the Guru and you say that you're foolish, it actually makes your Guru's heart very, joyful. And then Guru might give you the instruction which will be above or more significant or the essence to all the advices. This Chal Kapat is very, very, very complicated in bhakti. And Chal Kapat to Guru though is the biggest offense. So by chanting the holy name, you will attain your ultimate good. Besides this, there is no other way, no other way, no other way. Saying it also was not enough. He said it 3 times. Why to make a firm faith arise in Harinam? Definitely you will receive your highest good fortune by this. If he had not said it like this, would he have any faith in holy name? Besides Harinam, there is no other way to attain happiness and peace of mind, cross over the ocean of material existence. To make faith arise in the heart of the living entity, Mahaprabhu has given this verse. Suppose man is sleeping, how will you awaken him? By calling him. Hey, get up! Simply, loudly singing Nam Sankirtan act as a mother who awakens Jiva who is deeply asleep in the night of illusion. Again, another thing. And in Kali Yuga, the best of all holy names is Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. खाइते सुइते यथा तथा नाम लोए काल देश नियम नाही सर्व सिद्धि होए. By chanting it any time of place even while eating or lying down, the holy name gives all perfection. When I first joined the mission, I doubt aroused. It's a very beautiful thing, huh? The doubt arises in my mind, in me. There are no names higher than Radha Krishna. Mahaprabhu would go mad by chanting Krishna, Krishna. But in Maha Mantra, the name of Radharani is not given in an explicit way. Some chant Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Shyam, Shyam Shyam Radhe. What is the harm in that? Shyam is more direct name of Krishna in Vrindavan, and by chanting Hare Krishna, we assume that Hare means Radhika. Also, Ram can refers to either the Ram, Ayodhya, Sankarshan Ram or Balram. The direct name of Radhika is not found in Mahamantra. Then I went and asked my Guru Maharaj. Other Vaishnavas also, but perhaps considering me to be unqualified to understand at that time, they merely said a Mahamantra is Chintamani, touchstone, and included with its sadhya and sadhana. Everything. If you need to know more, read Jaya Dharma, the answer is there. So, any mantra may give you something, but they are not Chintamani mantra. Mahamantra is Chintamani mantra, which has Saksharas, Dasaras, Vatsalya and Madhurya also. Okay, so Jayadharma states that there is so much rasa in Mahamantra that there is no need to chant any other name. Baba said, I have faith in that, in what my Guru Maharaj has said, and I started chanting the holy name. After chanting, one day I saw that very name personified standing before me in an attractive threefold bending posture, attired in the dress of a cowherd boy, playing the flute, smiling and looking at me directly with the dancing eyebrows through the medium of my eyes. My heart left my body, and laughing, crying, and rolling on the ground, I forgot everything. Babu Yarema. Prakashana Saraswati had asked Babu, why are you not studying Vedanta? Why are you crying? Babu replied, it is his holy name that makes me sing, dance, and cry. In Mahamantra, there is so much rasa. Please just hear the explanation of only one word of it, Hare, which what does this mean? Haradi kunje harsa radhika. So Radhika and chant Krishna's mind in such a way that steals him away from away to the puja. From the word harana means to steal comes hara, which means hare, which became hare. So hara means the one who does the harana. So tell me that how beautiful is the meaning hidden in it? In this way, Mahaprabhu Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Goswami had extracted this very beautiful meaning from the Mahamantra in the indirect form Prokshavad. There is so much rasa ananda that it is more than what it found in the direct form. In this way, they have described the gurus of Mahamantra as being limitless. The spiritual master of the Vaishnavas and the scriptures makes faith in the directing, in the understanding arise in the heart of the living entity, and this is called Nishant Bhajan. So Nishant Bhajan is of two types also. One is within the realm of the sadhana, and the other within the realm of the perfection. That is called Raganuga Bhajan. So in sadhana, it is the first stage of bhakti, and it is compared to the end of the night of Krishna's Leela. In Krishna's pastime, when night has passed and daybreak is dawning, it is called Nishant Leela. It lasts for 3 hours. Okay. 3 o'clock until 6 o'clock. By accumulation of devotional merit, Sukriti, we attain sadhu sangha, and then the seed of the great faith is planted within us in Nishanta Bhajan. And the word Nisha means light. Here it refers to the darkness of the night when the living entity is opposed to Krishna. Bhava Bhavargo Brahmato Yada Bhavet Jadasya Tahi Achut Satya Samagamaha. When the Jiva attains saintly association, then the darkness of Maya begin to dissipate, and he can understand that the night will soon be ending, meaning that his wandering through countless lifetimes in the material world will soon be finished. Bhakti tu Bhagavad, Bhakta Sangye Parijayate, Satsangah Prapayate, Kumbhi Sukrate Spurva Sanchite. Brihad Naradi Puran. By the accumulation of Sukriti, one attains Sadhu Sangha, and by Sadhu Sangha, one attains Bhakti. But as long as one does not have resolute faith in the words of a sadhu, then it will not be real sadhu sangha. I will die before I fail to follow the instruction of the sadhu. This is the necessity sentiments for performing bhajan. The kingdom of sadhana bhajan for the living entity stretches from the beginning stage of Shraddha to the elevated stage of Bhava. In order for Shraddha to arise within Jiva, in the beginning there must be some Sukriti that has been acquired unknowingly. The Sukriti is acquired by unknowingly performing any activity related to Bhagavan or his devotees, and from the influence of this Sukriti were attained saintly association. The story of Prahlad Maharaj actually illustrates that this boy in his previous life he was a Brahmin, and in his youth he was very well educated and eventually married. And he was adorned with the good qualities and served his parents faithfully. Once, while going somewhere, by chance he fell into the bad association and became attached to a prostitute. And he became so attached to her that he abandoned the service of his parents, abandoned his wife and children, and sold everything in his house and destroyed his house. Whole life. Stealthily, we can he had taken whatever possession he had to this prostitute. Then one day the prostitute saw that he had taken everything from him. She has taken everything and then he was now penniless, so she began to ignore him. And she would converse with others in his presence, but she would not speak to him, would just tell him to go away. Being very distressed, one morning he felt that place, left that place and wandered all day through a jungle and became very hungry and thirsty. Then evening began to fall, and being a winter night, it began to rain. And he thought, how, where will I go? And he was fearing that he might be attacked by a tiger or bear. Then he saw an old neglected temple and he entered it and lay down. But the discord with the prostitute was paining him like a thorn in his heart, so he was unable to sleep. And all night he was just cried and worried. In another place, that prostitute had repented and began searching for him in the night, and she took the shelter in that same temple, but knowing that he was there also. She was on another side. And she also just cried and was unable to sleep. When the next morning came, they saw each other and crying. She at once fell at his feet with great affection. He embraced her, and the previous incident was forgotten. Then returned to their lives of misconduct. But at that time, no one understood what great benefit they received on that day. That day had happened to be Narasimha Chaturdashi, the holy appearance day of Lord Narasimhadev ki Jai.
Jai.
And all day, neither of them had drank any water or eaten anything. They had fasted all day and also remained awake all night. So they received the benefit of observing Narasimha Chaturdashi. And whose temple was it that they had stayed in the night? Narasimhadev. Unknowingly, they have received such a great result from this that in next life he became Prahlad Maharaj and she became his wife. And from this, he attains the opportunity to hear from Narad. When he was still in his mother's womb, he heard instructions from Narad continuously for 60,000 years. And by the mercy of Narada, he became the great spiritual scholar and exclusive devotee of Bhagavan. Prahlad Maharaj, this is an example of the sadhu sangha is attained as the result of Sukriti and how bhakti is attained as a result of sadhu sangha. Yes, Bolo Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Just wanted to add to this. This is a beautiful story from I guess Narasingha Puran. But I saw a devotee's lecture where a devotee asked like, how did Prahlad Maharaj hear 60,000 years? And the Prabhu actually told that when uh, when Hiranyakashipu went away, he meditated for 60,000 years. So, so when Kayadu was pregnant and when he went away, and afterwards when Hiranyakashipu came, actually Prahlad was 5 years old. So they were thinking, where how did Hiranyakashipu meditate for 60,000 years and Prahlad was only 5 years old? So he stayed in womb of Mother Kayadu for almost 60,000 years, and he heard the Harikatha from Narada Muni. And then when Hiranyakashipu came back, he actually appeared out of the womb. So that's why he had devotion this staunch faith by hearing Bhagavatam from the lotus mouth of Narad Muni.
Yeah. In fact, some people they also say that this Nrsimha Chaturdashi is actually not the day of Nrsimhadev appeared. Nrsimhadev actually appeared on the first day of Udrik Mass because he said I should not be even the one who has taken birth in any of the 12 months, cannot kill me. That was another boon he asked for actually.
Oh,
Yeah, some people say that he appeared actually either the first day of Purushottam month or the fourth Chaturdashi of the Purushottam month, but not this Vaishak month.
I didn't know
That,
that, bro.
yeah, that day he actually appeared to somebody, some couple who wanted to have Nrsimhadev as their son. But these things should not be spoken outside. Just keep it to yourself.
So, so during the Adhik Maas.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from this he attained the opportunity to hear from Narada. Definitely. He heard everything in the womb of mother. And that's how he became such an amazing devotee. And if even knowingly someone serves a deity, they will achieve such a great result. Then, if someone knowingly constructs a temple for the deity, inaugurates or services to the deity, makes ornament for the deity, or faithfully serves Vaishnavas and hears spiritual philosophy from them sincerely, how much greater will that result be? So, the kingdom of bhakti, this is called Nishant Bhav, and begin with the birth of Shraddha. And the faith will be in what? Not directly in Bhagwan at first, but in the end, the scriptures. Shraddha Shabde Vaishvas Kahe Shudrid Nishchaye Krishna Bhakti Kaila Sarva Karma Kriya Hoye. If I just perform bhajan of Krishna, then everything is accomplished. It's a great quality type of faith is called Shraddha. But if the Shraddha is placed in the word of these scriptures, in the word of the spiritual master, the word of the Vaishnavas, then everything will become from that. By following whatever they say, everything will be all right. And when if everything in my life is destroyed, then let it be. I will continue executing Bhagavad Gita bhajan. This is Shraddha. Even though here will be anarthas in our bhajan, there is anishtha bhakti, unsteady devotion, nishita bhakti, that is firm devotion. In anishita bhakti, there are false confidence, उत्साहमयी, पढ़ा हो ना ये सब, sporadic, anyone, dhana and indecision means Vyudha Vikalpa, delighting in the material facility that come from Bhakti Taranga Tarangini, battling with the desires for sensitive enjoyment, Vishwa Vishaya Sangara, and the inability to uphold vow Kunjamaksharam. Even though all of these were attained, if one may remain, sorry, if one's faith is to is of good quality, then upon attaining sadhu sangha, his internal nature will gradually change. And then one understand that upon attaining sadhu sangha, the night, meaning the conditioned state of existence, will be finished soon. The faith is of good quality. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय।
Hi.
ठीक है?
Thank you, Prabhu. It's a wonderful discussion.
हरे कृष्णा, हरे श्याम.
Thank you, Prabhu. Really. I knew about this 60,000 years in the womb